All right, Lise, we're live. Let's do our sharing.
Okay, I have to do this. And you know how good I am at all of this. You're just
Me
gonna
too.
give me a second.
This is the first 5 minutes of every video I ever do is like me figuring it out. And hopefully some
okay,
folks
let's
coming
see.
around.
Here I'm on your page. Ooh, make sure I have no volume going on. Okay. I don't see it yet on the page.
I don't see it yet.
Just share it.
I did share it to my profile. I thought I shared it to my profile.
Well, I'm not seeing you on the profile.
Sometimes it takes a second. Maybe I did it wrong. Maybe I have to start over. I don't know. No, it says Facebook.
Okay, well, I'm on your page, so why am I not seeing a video?
Wait for it. Wait for it. There it is. Look.
Okay, so let me go again.
I'm willing to wait for it.
No, not here.
I'm willing to wait for. I just found it on mine. 2 seconds ago.
Let's try again.
I'm sure. Hi, we have people. We need to be good hostesses.
I know, but I'm trying to find. It's not.
Okay, let me tag you. Let me tag you. Well, let me tag you in here. Can I?
Are you sure? Are you guys seeing us on Facebook?
They are.
Okay, because I'm on your page and I am not seeing a darn thing.
Well, I was just on my page and I did see it, so maybe. Oops. It doesn't want to let me tag you. So anyway, welcome to the Digital Dingbat. Look, everybody says hi. They're all saying hi to us.
I am not seeing this on your page.
Well, it is. I don't know why. Hang on. Wait for it. Well, hi, everybody. Lisa, you meet and greet. Well, I figured it out. That's my profile. And there it is.
There it is, finally.
There it is. I'm going to share it to some groups. So, hey, everybody, what's going on? It is my last night here in Arkansas for now. I'm heading home. And we thought we'd go live for a conversation about nothing, which is often with us a conversation about everything.
And I have successfully shared to my page. And for those of you that are watching this fun extravaganza, you probably now understand when I say I'm a techno idiot that I really, really am.
And I'm a digital dingbat. So therefore, when you put us together, it's extra special. But you know what? It's good. We're here.
So who else here? Hey, Patty. Hey, Judy, Melody, Jacques. Oh, wow. So anyway, it is Diane's last night. It's Saturday night. We thought we would stay up all night. Given that it's 10:28 and our advanced age, all night might be like 1 o'clock in the morning and we're falling on our face. But right now, that's the intent. So what's everybody doing tonight? What are you thinking about? What's going on? What would you like to talk about? Because to me, we can talk about anything and everything. Pretty weird what's going on in the world today, and I don't want to get into any of that other than to say
put us together, it's extra special.
Now we're recording on a recording. I think that there are times you really can sit at home and just appreciate the overabundance of wonderful people that you have in your life. This is something that I am afflicted with. May God continue to strike me with an overabundance of the most awesome people in the world, because I think that that is the secret more than anything to success, is who you surround yourself with, who you serve, who you look for, what kind of influence you're allowing into your life will dictate what kind of influence you go out and have with others. And let's talk about influence. Influence is a big word these days. As a matter of fact, influencer has taken on so many strange meanings that I want to flip the switch on that and say that, are you an impactor? Are you impacting the world, the lives, the quality of life, the quality of thought, inspiring people around you? That would be a good goal. I like to think that we do that.
That's an interesting contrast, because influencing, well, lots of people influence lots of people, but not that many people impact people.
I think that comes back to intent. We're on an I word thing.
Ooh, it's eyes. It's
I think it comes back to your intention. You know, things from the surface that are radically different based on the intent and the approach and it can look exactly the same, yield to such different endings. People will start in business side by side, and they will go out and say the same thing, and their businesses will look very similar initially. As a matter of fact, one might look, this goes back to tortoise and the hare thing. One might look stronger than the other, but down the road, you see vast differences between the two, vast differences in the culture that emanates from the two. And you wonder, what is the difference? And what I think it is, when you go out to share, impact, influence, communicate, what is your intent? Is it for you, or is it for the person that's in front of you?
Yep.
Because long term, the most successful people understand that if you serve people well, and if you deal with people with integrity and honesty, you're going to end up finding the people whose vision aligns with yours to pursue whatever that project may be. But it doesn't matter if everybody goes with you, they won't. It doesn't matter if everybody sees what you see, they won't. What matters is when your name comes up, how does it make them feel?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's time. Time is the test of this. You know, between the two of us, we have over 50 years experience, and you just start out and it seems like you're going and you're going and you're going. But over time, people like us, we just can't help but gravitate towards one another. And we see so many of the top-notch people, or as Lisa calls them, world-class people, they always end up together sooner or later.
And here's a concept for you. I personally believe that everybody is world-class at something. I think everybody is born with an innate talent or passion that they are world-class at, or have the ability, if they nurture, develop, and cultivate it, to become world-class. But so often our focus is so narrow and so on other people and wanting to be like them that we miss it in ourselves. Here would be an example. When I grew up, initially in school, they had a great respect for the 3 R's: reading, writing, and arithmetic. So a lot of talents, incredible talents that today people you see manifest into amazing careers, profitable careers, people looked at those as hobbies. Or perhaps someone has a skill, but they're a talent, but they're never exposed to anything. You know, Akeem Olajuwon, world-class basketball player for the Houston Rockets, never saw or played basketball until he was like 17 years of age.
Really?
He was from Africa, but took to it with such a passion that once he did, he studied it. He had a little passion for it, a talent for it. And then he ended up in the NBA as literally an all-star center. What if he'd never seen a basketball?
Right.
You know, what if he'd never heard of it? What if someone has the potential to be a concert pianist, but they're born in impoverished, where nobody in their neighborhood has a piano and they never are exposed to one, they never get to play with, they ever get to play one. And they may grow up thinking they're not something because they weren't really good at division or algebra or any of these traditional modalities. So I also believe that if you're world-class at something, you have the ability through the discipline and the process to find others whose strengths match your weaknesses and to excel at anything. I don't think there's any skill that you could have that you're world-class at that doesn't give you an entree into a room full of people with fantastic projects, great things where you can't excel and accomplish great stuff.
Lisa, let's talk about that for a minute, because I know in my own career, and I see many other people doing it. At first, I wanted to be an island. I wanted to stand on my own. I wanted to be completely self-sufficient, and I wasn't combining my skills with the skill sets of others to create something magical.
Well,
how do we start that?
Well, what happens is, I think we grew up in a world, again, that's very competitive, you know, or I should almost say very polarized. Either as a kid, they played everybody gets a trophy, and that's not a good way to go, because mediocrity shouldn't really be celebrated. Everyone should be encouraged to shoot for excellence, but excellence has to mean something. Accomplishment has to mean something. And not all accomplishments can be measured in traditional terms. On the other side, it was very competitive. And competition makes us somewhat distrustful or not wanting to share as much or be shared with because we're suspicious of what that might mean to us. And I think that the world moves so quickly today. And also people don't like change. So the way we do it is the way we do it. Why do we do it that way? Because that's the way we've always done it. Why do you do it the way? Because my grandfather did it that way. And quite frankly, if we weren't natural innovators, and we fight that as human beings, but we're the most innovative creature on the planet.
Sure.
What ends up happening is it doesn't give way to collaboration, but now things are changing so quickly. And people would rather build on something else that's already been done than everybody go do it for themselves because you can't keep up. So I think the speed at which the world moves today, the abundance of opportunity, how globalized it's become, competition is giving way to collaboration.
Yes.
And I think that we were operating, especially being women starting out in this space. You know, tomorrow is International Women's Day, and I didn't come up here to go on a women's rant, but when I started out in the industry, it was vastly different than it is today. So I think that played into it. There weren't a lot of people wanting to necessarily collaborate with me or help me until I had achieved certain things and built sort of a name for myself. So I don't know if I did it by myself because I wanted to be an island or I resigned myself to the fact that an island I was going to be.
But let's talk about as people come down the road, particularly in network marketing, the importance of that third party, the importance of working as a team, the importance of that collaboration. I know I'm here today because I always, it's funny because I just said I didn't, but I guess I kind of did because I recognize people who had talents that I don't have. And I would put prospects in front of people that were very talented. I tend to see a lot of people that just really want to isolate their people because they're afraid to expose their people to others.
Well, I think there's a happy medium. I mean, certainly there's a lot of shiny objects out there. There's a lot of people who profess a level of experience, knowledge, understanding, and competence that perhaps objectively they may not have yet. And we have to remember, this is really a part-time business for most people. And they could very easily get distracted or not really learn the fundamentals first. Nobody really wants to learn the fundamentals first at anything. Somebody brings out a board game that you've never played and you want to grab the instructions out of their hand when they're reading them to you because you want to get through them faster and you want to win the game the first time you ever play it. And I don't know if that's necessarily realistic. So I don't believe in isolating people, but I do believe in inoculating people. People ultimately have to learn to think for themselves if they're going to be successful at anything.
Sure.
Because everything is subject to change. No matter how well you're trained at anything, there will always be things nobody can coach you or train you for. We call that life. So people have to be inoculated to understand and to think for themselves so they can recognize things. So that's really the greatest defense against all the things people are afraid of. It isn't trying to put people in a box because in the age of the internet, they can find anything.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's even true. Rarely these days on the internet, but occasionally.
Couple of true things.
It's true. But if you teach people to think for themselves, then the only thing you have to do to make sure that they want to remain aligned with you is to create an environment that they wouldn't want to leave or change or move away from. So I also think, just for grins, you can't feed giant food to babies.
Yeah.
Okay. I think what happens is there's a time and a place for everything. And it's usually starts at the beginning and you go down the road. So if you're in kindergarten, enjoy it. Enjoy kindergarten. There's a lot of fun stuff about kindergarten. Finger painting and everything is new and getting to meet new people and having this wide-eyed fascination because you're in the land of something I don't know, which lights you up. And then and then third grade comes along and, you have to take division even if you don't like math, but there's positives to that. And then there's high school and there's college and there's PhDs. So to me, if you're in kindergarten, it's okay to want to move faster than all the other kindergartners, but go find a professor or a teacher and people that are ahead of you on the road that are achieving the things that you want to achieve and learn from them.
Yep.
I think the biggest challenge that people have, well, we'll play this game. For everybody that's watching, if I told you that there was a business I was going to show you that 93% of the 93 out of 100 people that look at it will fail. They either won't try or they'll try and quit before they ever got started, but they will fail. 7 will be successful. Is it something you'd be interested in?
And I'm the weirdo that would say yes, but most people wouldn't.
Most people would say no, they don't like the odds. Some people would say yes because they figure if 7 people can do it, maybe they can be one of the 7. I said yes initially, but really the prudent and correct answer would be, tell me what I have to do.
Yes.
And once I understand what it involves and what it entails, I'll give you my answer. That's what is kind of missing in our space, I think, sometimes, which is why sometimes it gets a bad name. A lot of people say no, they don't know what they're saying no to. A lot of people say yes, and they don't know what to expect. They don't know what they said yes to. They just want to dive in because somebody seemed to be successful at it. But here's what's more interesting. If I walked into a room and I said, okay, those 93 people failed and those 7 were successful, you know where most people are? The 93 aren't with the 7 that are successful trying to find out what they did to be successful. They're sitting in a corner talking to each other, reaffirming the fact that it's not successful, that you should be able to be successful, and whoever is successful is either lying, lucky, or both. So I think that that's another thing why people are always loath to let people go here, there, and everywhere, because you don't know where they're going. But I would like to make kindness and positivity louder. But the reality is nothing replicates and spreads around the world like negativity.
Oh, yeah. Look around right now.
People are so inherently suspicious before they even say hello to somebody that they'll walk up to somebody with an ugly look on their face, an evil thought in their head, and say hello, and then go home and say, that person was really rude to me.
Now, let me ask you a question, because I always call myself Pollyanna because I was the girl that went to the meeting and went, yay, yay. And I wasn't suspicious. I didn't, sometimes I see things now and I'm like, I can't even really believe that goes on because I was just so oblivious to it.
I was a 7-figure earner in 2001.
Right.
In the direct selling space. Not a lot of people were doing it back then. And I don't say that to impress you because it was a unique set of circumstances that will never come again. Timing, where I was at, what I was getting out of, where my family was at, fear pushing me. But people used to say, how did you do that? And I did it all over the world. And I would tell them, I have the business that Hugs and Smiles built. And nobody believed me because at that time it was me. And there were, a lot more men at the top than there were women. Sure. Mercifully, thankfully, that has changed a great deal in the last, 20 some odd years. But that was it. I was a mom. I had young kids. I put on suits when I was on a stage, but I ran around and much like I'm dressed right now. Ponytails, sweatshirts, t-shirts, and jeans. And I smiled at people because I had this crazy, she wasn't crazy. She had a crazy, Linda Castle, one of the best mentors I ever had this crazy notion that if you smiled at people, they might smile back. And she drilled this into me. And I like to meet people anyway. But I was with her at the Atlanta airport one day, and she lives in Atlanta. I was leaving, and there had been a storm, and planes were backed up, so they were getting canceled, and people were all in line trying to get new tickets and hotel lodging and all this. And they were just nasty. I mean, I understood they were frustrated, but the people behind the check-in counter, I just felt for them because people were taking out their bad mood on them. And I was so impressed. I said, wow, these people must go through some kind of coaching and self-discipline school to be able to sit there, because I'd have hit these people. And we get up to the counter, and they're trained, and they ask everybody, how are you today? And one person, hey, I want to get on my plane, and how are you today? And it gets to Linda, And they said, how are you today? And she goes, I'm absolutely awesome. How are you? With this big smile on her face. People 6 rows over were turning to look at her. And the person behind the counter just didn't know what to make of it. She was stunned. But Linda's smile was so infectious that she, in spite of herself, she was like, and her face lit up. And that's just the way to build. You know, you can go out and you can assume that people are going to be ugly, and they will be. Largely, you might have said ugliness out, or you can assume that people are going to be wonderful, which some will be, and the ones that aren't, you know what? How quickly can, you know, they say you turn your frown upside down? Well, I can take a big smile I offer somebody and turn it into a mean stare if circumstances call for it very, very quickly. So why just not start out being nice?
I have gotten many places and done many things and signed many people and ended up on many, you know, in many rooms because of a smile.
And I agree with you. Give people the benefit of the doubt. If you're right, it has great rewards. And if you're wrong, it really doesn't cost you anything, because people very quickly will reveal to you who they are.
Yes, they will.
But take a page from Maya Angelou. When people show you who they are, believe them. You know, that's an important thing. And the neat thing is, when you really have an attitude of abundance, when you really genuinely understand that in some form or fashion, everything comes back at you tenfold. You know, the Chinese, I spent a lot of time living in Asia, living in China, Hong Kong. A lot of you know that. And the Chinese have a very unique way of speaking of their frenemies. We won't say enemies, I don't like the word, but of people that they feel are not playing straight or have crossed them. And they always say, may you live in interesting times, and may what you send out come back to you tenfold. And that's their motto. And they're much more optimistic. You know, here we'll say, well, you know, I had a bad year, I deserve a good one. Over there, it's if you had I had 3 bad years, my 6 good years are coming. My 9 good years are coming. And what's so fascinating about it is, so here's what they always say: may, you know, Buddha or God or the power of the universe, whatever, whomever you believe in, send you all of the obstacles that are necessary for you to have the growth that will make you a stronger, better person who can contribute more to the world. Well, if I say that about somebody, I'm okay if that comes back at me. Send me whatever it's going to take to make me a stronger, better person who makes a larger contribution to the world tenfold. But then some of the people that I feel it could help them, their lives would improve if they learned a few lessons. I figure the obstacles they'll have to be sent to be better, I'd rather wish for their betterment than wish for something ill, because that comes back at you too. So I think people get too caught up in the wrong things. You know, there are things, language matters. Language matters a great deal. People are very lazy in their language, which means they're lazy in their thoughts, which means they're lazy in their evaluations of situations.
She took the computer over. I walked away for a second.
I turned it back. I looked funny.
No, it's all good.
I looked off center.
I know, off center. A little bit off center. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you didn't interrupt me. I was just, you know, just blah, blah, blah. So what's going on out there on this Saturday night? We're all sitting at home on, 1 hour and 11 minutes away in Central Time, 11 minutes away in Eastern Time for International Women's Day. And that's exciting. So we have a lot of women here. Who are some of your heroes that you're going to be reaching out to tomorrow?
Is that what we're supposed to do?
I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I mean, think about it. That's an idea. Grab a pen, make a list of, 4 or 5 women that have made a difference in your life, that inspire you, that have helped you, changed your life, the everyday heroes in your sphere, and send them an e-card, send them a text, send them a Facebook message, send them something tomorrow in honor of International Women's Day, because they should be honored. I got a really big list.
Very cool.
Very big list. I mean, I've had a lot. So they're here. There are women right here, right here. 1, 2.
It's not a touch.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, we're on the.
I got to tell you, I really am.
My other computer was.
I'm okay if it's not a touch thing, but then I need a mouse because I'm just terrible with that thing.
I gave my one of my other computers to someone to help them out. So.
Well, you are just an amazing person for doing that.
I try
Yes,
to be.
You are.
I try to be. So this is my big old one.
So what is this? This is Facebook, but where is that?
Okay. Well, this is likes and reactions. And this is just how many viewers there, and it tells you who's on YouTube and who's on Facebook.
I see. Okay.
Right? And so those are
Diane uses StreamYard. Taylor also uses StreamYard. I am going to use StreamYard. It's been recommended to me by 2 of my heroes.
Woo.
But I'm afraid of technology, so I keep procrastinating and putting it off. But I'm actually going to buy it tonight.
You'll like it.
Very easy means it will only take me a month of frustration.
No, it won't.
Yes, it does.
No, it won't. I know you. This is a 3-hour.
So are you guys sharing this and inviting some more incredible women to come join us and pick a conversation topic so we can talk about it? And all of the enlightened men that are here, you can stay. And if you happen to know any other enlightened men, far and few between sometimes that they may be, that want to talk about fabulous women on the eve of International Women's Day, bring them on. Oh, and Nessie, she loves StreamYard.
It is. It's a great little tool. It's very easy to use. I like it very much. So guys, do us a favor and share it around. I know it seems like it's like a little late, but everybody stays up late on Saturday night.
Oh, it's
and
not
especially
so very late.
We are on YouTube as well right now.
Oh, we need to share this with Esther. Esther needs to come visit.
Absolutely.
She'll comment.
Absolutely. Ray says, "Can I stay?"
Well, of course you can stay. You compliment my cooking.
Actually,
you can be here a long time. You can come to everything.
He is also he always honors women very well. He's very
yes, he does. Right. I know this because you like him so much.
I do.
So I know.
I do.
I'm going to share with some people now.
You're going to share with some people?
Yes. And given how good I am at that, talk for a few minutes.
Okay. I was going to say, so guys, do this. Shoot us, is there anything special that you want to talk about? We're going to talk about Women's Day, but what else is it, that you want to talk about? And the time is going to change. It's going to be daylight savings time.
Oh, that's right. So it's going to go ahead. So it's all, when does that happen?
2:00 in the morning.
Oh, well, okay.
So, and
good to know.
Luckily, we didn't book an early morning flight. So I'm heading home and going into New York City to see my daughter. I'll be back.
She's going to be back though.
Lisa has been inviting me to come to her fabulous lake house for a while, and I hadn't gotten out here. But now that I've been here and seen the boat, I don't know that you're going to get rid of me, kiddo, especially when the summer rolls in.
I thought you were going to say something now that we've had all this fun together and you love being here with me so much, but it's the boat, huh? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, you take what you can get, I guess.
We did show tunes before. You guys missed
we were all night.
And I tried to get her to do TikTok with me, but she said no. I'm just telling you. Delroy wants to know if he can stay. Delroy,
of course you can stay, nice. Delroy.
But you guys got to share, give us some hearts and love.
Yeah, hearts and love and
hearts and love and share. Go share. And
Taylor, that video you shot of me from my checkered cheerleading past, Diane today, and she wants to share it on Facebook. So look, you started.
I think it's a very good marketing piece. Who knew? I didn't know she was a cheerleader.
In a floppy sweater.
I know a lot about her, but I didn't know she was a cheerleader. So,
well, I don't usually bring out my cheerleading.
And Taylor, it's a little foofy. It's a little foofy for me too. But I'm just saying. So, I'm just saying.
That's okay.
I was a chorus kid.
Yes, hit it.
Hit it.
If you're really good, Taylor, next retreat, I'll bring my pom-poms and do the wake up sunshine routine.
Do you really have pom-poms?
Yeah, I was a pom-pom.
Do you have any now?
Oh yeah. In the attic, of course. Hillary was a cheerleader for many, many Thanksgiving.
What colors? What colors? What colors?
I have purple and yellow, which was the school colors. And I have
my college, yeah.
And then I have orange and white because that's what Hillary needed when she was a cheerleader for
no, purple and gold. I'm down. I'm down. Good time.
Yes, but I was a pom-pom girl also
Taylor,
for one season.
who took that video? Was it Angela or Taylor?
It was sent by Donna Valdez.
Okay, I'm getting it from Donna. Watch out.
I'm guessing that she took it.
Watch out. If you
Taylor,
want to,
who actually shot the video? I want to know whom I should forgive and whom I should hold out.
If you will not do a TikTok
on.
show tunes bit with me, that's going public. So I'm just warning you. I tried to get some.
All right, who here is on TikTok? Tell me if you're on TikTok. I want to get a conversation going about TikTok, and please go tag some TikTokers. I want somebody to explain to me how this thing works because I don't understand it at all.
I do.
Okay, so Taylor, do you love TikTok? Are you ticking and talking the days away? I mean, and you know what? I haven't even gotten an account. I just wanted to peek a little bit. So I get notifications all day, like something great is there. I click on it, and I got to tell you, not so great.
You can adjust them.
She has the front version. What does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
The front version of my cheerleading.
Oh, even better.
Do I look less fat in that? Because if I look less fat in that one, send that to me.
Fat. You look.
Fat is the wrong word. I look frumpy, like a frumpy frog jumping up and down.
A frumpy cheerleader? I don't know. I thought you looked adorable myself, but he can't figure out
TikTok ready
either.
One for Team Lisa.
Looked at it.
Okay,
he hasn't
Angela,
even figured out
you have an
Instagram
account
yet.
on TikTok. Do you watch it? Are you addicted to it like my friend here? Are you marketing on it?
It's fun. But see, guys, that's the whole point. I know everybody who's trying to market on TikTok is annoying as, you know.
I haven't seen anybody trying to market.
Oh, yeah,
yet.
they are. They make these videos and they go, I work from home. I have no stock. I make money. And I'm so cool and you can work from home too. And it's super annoying. Okay. It's super annoying. Here's what's great about TikTok. You build this following. These videos are going viral right now. And then it's connected to your Instagram and your other social media. So
well, first of all, I don't have Instagram and other social media. And even if I did, I'm not sure that,
I'm not going to hit you.
I'm not sure.
See what I said about people not wanting to. It's Lisa. It's 2020.
I'm not sure that playing spoons is something I necessarily want to go viral.
I played the spoons on one of my trips, and they had me play the spoons.
I play spoons. I would not want if that cheerleader thing went viral. What kind of a following am I going to have?
People who love you.
No, they don't know me. What I'm going to end up with is a bunch of.
Look, Melissa said she got 26,000 views on one of her videos.
That's amazing, Melissa. If I took that, you know what I would end up with? What? I would end up with a bunch of 60-year-old women who were missing their glory days of cheerleading.
Yeah, who are all great prospects for whatever you're doing.
Because we have so much in common, we can do cheers together.
We could do cheers while you take their orders.
Oh, Connie. Okay, Connie, Melissa, I want to talk to you. First of all, how long can your video be? They all seem very short.
They are, but they can.
Is there a limit?
Depends on how
this is my opportunity. I want TikTok information. I want the 411 on the TikTok.
Here's the reason why. Let them tell you they're 411. But the whole point of TikTok is to just express yourself and have fun. And it is. I truly believe that
my life is expressing myself.
That's why I just want
to
document it. Let's just grab the phone and record it. That's all. We're doing Facebook Lives. That's how we're documenting.
Pull up your TikTok and TikTok us Facebook Living.
No.
It'll be a joint venture between platforms.
We were like some enchanted evening before. It would have been perfect. We were Broadway.
Yeah, we were very much into Broadway.
We were Broadwaying.
Officer Krupke was fun. Oh, jazz. Spirit fingers.
We're gonna do a little.
I'm Keto Melissa.
She got 26,000 views. That's good.
I'm a boomer, so I can call you as one of the youngsters.
They call anybody like over 40 a boomer.
I am a boomer. I'm 18 years over 40, gang.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a boomer who boomed out.
Mm-hmm. Well, they call everybody boomer, so I'm learning all the terminology. I want to be cool. Listen, MySpace, I was the coolest kid on MySpace. Facebook, I was cool for a little while. I'm not very cool on Instagram.
All right, I want to do a poll here. Don't we all think Diane is really cool, even without TikTok, which makes you cooler? No question. No question.
My 27-year-old daughter is like, Mom, I don't do that. Why would you do that? And I said, exactly why I need to do it. So,
but here's the deal. I've always felt that you don't have to do everything yourself. It's just important that you know great people.
Lisa,
so I can say,
resistance
I have
is
a
futile.
friend. I have a friend
assimilate
I have a friend who TikToks.
Resistance is futile.
Yep, 58. And what is today's date?
Today's the 7th.
18 days.
18 days.
I will be 58.
Why don't we have
days.
a Facebook Live birthday party? It doesn't have to be on your birthday. We should have a party.
A watch party for my birthday?
No, not watch party. Just
no. We should do a watch party. We should go live.
Yeah.
And we should have everybody do it as a watch party. And I can and we can do our first TikTok with me cheerleading. It will also be my last.
Okay. Okay. Did you know that when you use Zoom and you share your screen, you can share your audio? So we could like have a movie party, or there's so many different things we could do. It'd be very fun.
It sounds very fun.
Okay, so I got like 3 people that like me. I feel good.
Wait a minute, they all like you. That's ridiculously
okay,
silly.
3 people think I'm cool. Okay, I feel good. Well, it's a high percentage of the number of people that are here, so it's good. It's good.
Anybody got any questions, anything you'd like to talk about, anything you find fascinating? My birthday, the 25th. The 25th.
Yes. Oh,
I'm going to cook something really special.
You're going to cook on your birthday? You're not supposed to cook on your birthday.
My Fake Food Network cooking show.
Well, no, have you all seen the Fake Food Network cooking show? Very good.
Where I hack healthy deliciousness.
Yes.
And on my birthday, it will be hacking healthy deliciousness with the hashtag some days are healthier than others. And today isn't one of them.
So far, during my time here, she made me incredible meat sauce. She made me corned beef. She made me nachos, which I requested. I don't know that was, she made me cheese stuffed dates with bacon. What else did you make?
Cauliflower mac and cheese.
Cauliflower mac and cheese. You made something else really good.
I made spicy pulled chicken.
Oh, the spicy pulled chicken. That's what we made the nachos with. Yes.
And I made the quesadillas.
We were
with
repurposing. Yes.
I made really awesome chicken salad. She doesn't like chicken salad, but I made it today with leftover chicken and made the nachos at the same time.
Right. It had mayonnaise in it.
Oh, and then I also made you incredible keto chocolate mousse.
Oh my God. Keto chocolate mousse.
It's pretty darn amazing. Yummy, 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 yummy.
So good, so good, so good. She has like 27 kinds of balsamic vinegar with flavors, and she has every spice in the book, and she has syrups, and she has so many things. It's incredible.
Taylor, I would be happy to make it for you anytime.
It was good.
It's easy peasy delicious.
It was good. It was really good. Really good. And if you guys aren't watching her wall so that you get those recipes and things, she has a very entertaining Fake Food Network show.
Yes, and the reason is, you see, if it was a real show, I would have a producer. I would have somebody lining up my ingredients for me and getting all my pans ready, and a sous chef. Lawrence Tam was here for a couple of days, and he's sous chef for me a little bit. But I'm constantly going off camera to get the things that I forgot to bring them into the cooking.
I'm going to get you the pan thing. I'm going to get you the thing that follows you.
Video. And if I had a real show, not a fake show, somebody would be bringing those things to me with smiles.
Yes. We also have to get your remote control so you don't have to walk around and turn off the light.
It has one, but I don't know how to work it. It's attached to the bottom of that thing.
Oh, really? Okay.
I put the 3 seconds.
It's funny. She's like, oh, I can't open this. You know, she's like, oh, I forgot something. It's awesome. It's because it's the Fake Food Network. So,
but really good food, though.
I will come back. I will be the producer, and I will also chop.
She is coming back. We're going to be spending a lot of time up here.
I'm good with a good knife. So,
a lot of time up here.
For sure. Nobody's asked.
And Taylor said she's coming to visit soon. That one day she's just going to say, today's the day, and she's going to come. And I believe her.
It's not that far, Taylor. It's not that far. You could do it. So nobody's asked us any questions except for, do you use a pressure cooker or an Instapot? Okay,
I have an Instapot. I use it periodically. I have a slow cooker. I love using that. Have an air fryer. Have waffle irons, chaffle irons.
You didn't make me any chaffles while I was here.
I'll make them in the morning.
She made me German pancakes.
I did
keto
make,
style.
would you rather have those or?
No, we had that twice.
Okay.
What goes
I
in the
did make,
truffle?
I did
might
make
want
German
truffle.
pancakes. But I have waffle iron, shuffle iron, immersion blenders, Cuisinart, a KitchenAid with all
This
with
is
all
her
the
lake house,
appliances.
and she has like
And by
3
the
sets
way,
of plates.
everything I said, I have 3 times in every house.
Mhm.
Not all the things, but but actually, I do have a slow cooker and a KitchenAid and all that stuff
Yep,
in
she's
Hong
got a
Kong too.
KitchenAid. Oh, you have it in Hong Kong?
I have the mini.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I have
where
the
do you
big
put
one
it?
here. I have the middle one, and I have the mini. Same place. It's in the corner by this,
Mhm.
the corner. Here's the sink and
Yeah,
the stove comes
yeah.
around, pushed into the corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I just love it. Well, of course, I'm going to be here a lot. Oh yeah, I have. She said she was going to come when I was here, but I have so many. I have griddles that you plug in and electric frying pans. I've been married since I'm 22 and setting up kitchens and loving kitchen stuff since then. So what is that? Like 37,000 years?
At least. At least.
I can make gluten-free. Gluten-free is not tough. I can do, you can do gluten-free and you can also do low carb and make a lot of stuff really good. That's really good.
Lisa is such a natural. I remember one time we were at your Dallas house and we wanted to watch a movie. So we were going to watch a movie. She goes, well, let me make a couple snacks. So I go in and I'm sitting in the room looking at the TV and, she's in the kitchen doing something. She comes in and she has like these assorted flatbreads with just all these things. And I was like, you just whipped this up? Like you just, it had like Kalamata olives and 3 kinds of cheese.
Well, lots of stuff
and,
in the fridge. If you just keep stuff in the house, you can always throw things together.
Yeah, and
that's the fun. It's just so much fun.
She's just a natural.
Last week, before I came up here, Hillary wanted me to make her shrimp fried cauliflower rice. Mm-hmm. And I had cauliflower florets, but I didn't have any cauliflower rice. I didn't feel like milling any cauliflower rice. So I said, well, I've got shrimp and I've got cauliflower florets. I'll come up with something. And I made shrimp cauliflower chowder, which was really, really good.
With a cream base? Or?
Yeah, cream base. Mm. Cream mushroom base with like sherry. With sherry, a little sherry and yeah. And she was just like so blown away. And I was like, well, it was just all there. So if you have all the stuff.
Well, but you're very good with flavor palettes. And I think that's the challenge for a lot of people is they don't understand how to put those flavors together like you do.
Yeah, sweet, savory, and underlying things. But that's why they have cookbooks. And that's why they have the Real Food Network, without which I would never be able to have my fake Food Network show.
Without a producer. Hi, Melissa. What do? I have been in the home business industry for 20 years and I do all kinds of things, copywriting and marketing and all kinds of fun things.
Yeah, Diane and I met actually at an Eric Worre event. I have been a fan because I'm not very, if you look at me today and the fact that I have a Facebook page, today I am a social media phenomenon compared to where I was when I met Diane.
Which I always knew you would.
Used to go online and watch people. So I've been a fan of hers forever. Oh, Taylor, you don't read the cookbook or go over the recipes to actually make them. You just look at the pictures that you like, and then you look at the recipes to see what flavors combine with what flavors. Yeah. And you're the more and things like that. So we met at this event because I had been a huge fan of hers and wanted to meet her. So I went up to tell her I had been a huge fan. She had no idea who I was. Not that I was anybody, but it was just funny what transpired from there, and I'll let her tell you the rest.
Yeah, because Lisa comes over and she's talking to me, and go ahead, go.
I'm not going far.
Are you getting anything? We're talking about kids and matzo ball soup, and she tells me I'm your biggest fan, and this at this particular event, not that many people I didn't know that many people, so it was nice. Somebody knew who I was, very nice. So I'm like having this nice conversation. Eric comes over and he goes, and he puts his hand on my shoulder and he goes, I see you met Lisa. I think she could be very helpful to you. And he kind of squeezed my shoulder. And I was like, who is she? And I'm kind of an internet girl, so I know who's who. I know who everybody is. I go to the bathroom and I'm like Googling Lisa's name, trying to find out who she is. And at the time, there wasn't a single listing on the internet about her. There was nothing. at all about who she was and what she's done over all these years in the industry. And I went back and, I just kind of figured I figured it out and just started talking to her a little bit. And then over time, I found out about her history and legacy in the industry. And we've been friends ever since. I mean, she invited me to Dallas. She invited me to Dallas so we could build her email list. But what we did instead was we went to the movies and had a foot rub.
And I still don't have a Facebook list, but I still have an AWeber account because AWeber will not beat me. This war has been going on for 8 years, and I have been on a long sabbatical from the battleground. But I pay my $10 every month because someday, one day, I shall come out victorious.
And I think I don't know if you got it from me or not, but if you did, I make like $2 a month. So after all these months, I owe you dinner or some such thing. I'm taking you out, girl, on all that money.
Yeah, I came when all the stuff came up, and it was so foreign to me. I treated it the way people treat a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I bought it, and I felt like I bought it. Everything else,
that's it. That's it. I don't have to open it.
I didn't understand why I had to buy it and learn how to use it. It's you should be able to download how to use something when you give them the money.
Let me know when you figure out how to do that. Gosh knows. But what's interesting about Lisa is she's such a person who truly understands human nature and human movement. So social media wasn't as foreign as you thought it was. It's 11/11. Make a wish, everybody. Okay.
I didn't know you're supposed to make a wish at 11/11.
You didn't know that?
No, but you know what's really cool? I have so many wishes in a little box. I just grabbed one.
Okay.
I do not understand social media the way that most people define it, but I do understand social and I understand media.
And that's why.
And what I see, a lot of what I see on social media absolutely confuses me because it's antisocial and not engaging a lot of times. So I've been talking about that a lot lately, and people that actually know how to take that observation and know how to work the technology are benefiting from it. I just, sit there with my nose at the glass going, ooh.
Well, I also think too, you have a much longer term view of every relationship, every activity.
That's so sweet. Most people watch me for 2 minutes and they've seen enough, and you stayed for 2 whole months.
There you go.
I like you.
There you go. But you do have a longer term view, and so do I. And I think that's a big part of why we always saw eye to eye and all this.
Play the long game.
The long game.
The long game.
The relationships, the marketing, that's why I liked the list.
Everybody wants, have you ever read an incredibly good book? I know it's a dying art, but a really, really good book. Imagine if at the end of every page, you stopped and said, well, and try and just, and decide based on that page, do I still like this book? Well, I don't know. We'll read one more page and see again. And then you say, well, maybe a page at a time isn't the way to do it. And I go, wow, great. They're seeing the light. I think I'll go paragraph by paragraph now and evaluate. The book is great when you start at the beginning and you read it and you get to the ending. And your life, your business life, it's a book that you don't know when it's going to end, but you want to live every day of your life as if it ended that day. People would say, God, that was a fun, good book.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, if you don't play the long game and your life starts to reflect that, then instead of a book, you like to turn into a comic book, something short and mildly entertaining, eminently forgettable.
Well, I think too, a lot of what goes on is everybody's trying to get something. Everything's a hook. Like we could have started and talked about something really sexy marketing wise. And but you have to do this now. And you have
3 ways to whatever.
Yeah.
4 ways to do this.
Yeah.
The phrase you absolutely cannot live without.
You've been lied to, by the way. I just want to make sure you know. You've been lied to by your upline. All this stuff.
I do not think that that's the case, but it is, as she put, a hook. I just don't really care for it because I think that over time, time either promotes or exposes you.
Mm-hmm.
There's all kinds of wine. I think you're Dom Perignon. You think you need to think you're Dom Perignon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can go to the liquor store and buy a $2 bottle of whatever it is.
Boone's Farm.
Okay, I don't drink. I do drink Dom Perignon though on special occasions. But what's the point? And you really are. I think that that's the challenge. I think that people are so impatient that they never bother to stop and ask themselves what it is they want and what they're impatient for. Because logically, most of the things that are really worth having, the things that we really want, there's no way that we believe those things are going to come quickly. Nothing worth having ever does. But we just let it get in our head, and it becomes a record that plays over and over and over again, and you can't get off the noise long enough to say, wait a minute, I want something substantial. I want something sustainable. I want something that's going to be a legacy that my grandchildren will be able to benefit from. And I should be able to do that by noon tomorrow, don't you think?
And then we start looking at TikTok or at Instagram. We start comparing ourselves to everybody else. And everybody is more beautiful, more talented, more skilled, richer, and they got there faster than me. So I might as well.
It's interesting, Melissa. Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I got great information out of it, but my relationship with it has changed over the years. The first time I read it, I thought it was so agenda-based. Even from the title onward.
Yeah.
How to win friends and influence people with strategies of how you should behave and what you should say. And that's the way I saw it on a very superficial level. Then I read it again years later, and I realized that it was written in a different era, so the language was different. And I started to realize nowhere was there anything that he recommended that would have interfered with you being yourself.
Right.
It was just teaching you how to think. It was put yourself in the other person's shoe and coming to the realization that other people's perceptions are in fact their reality. So even if we feel we're misunderstood and they didn't get it right and we didn't mean the way they took it, that's the way they took it. And if your outcome is to have a good relationship with them, then it's incumbent upon you or me, if we're the one that was misunderstood, to try to remember they're the ones that don't understand what you meant.
Right.
And rather than getting upset about it, you just put it off to the side and say, okay. I had an experience like this last year. I stood up to give an opinion when I was asked something, and literally somebody went off on me. And they were because of what they thought I meant. They weren't responding to what I said or what I thought I said, but how they took it. And at first I was very put off and I was going to bounce back. And then I realized if I did not articulate something well enough, if I was that misunderstood, then somewhere along the line, what I said and what I meant to be understood were not very in alignment with one another. So I apologized and, said, let me try again. And it was a good outcome. And sometimes we get so offended because we're misunderstood. We forget what the outcome was.
Right.
I didn't stand up to win an argument. I stood up to give an opinion that I thought had value. And if I didn't apologize and start over, then my opinion that I thought had value was never going to be listened to and wasn't going to be able to make a contribution to what we were trying to accomplish at the time. So I think that knowing what your outcome is and not losing sight of it when life gets in the way is 95% of getting what you want.
Outcome. It's one of my favorite words. I know it's one of your favorite words. And this comes back to everything. These conversations, the business, what's your outcome in business? I always say, do you want to make a buck or do you want to have a business? What's the outcome?
Two vastly different things.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with making money.
Nothing.
It's just so much better to create a business where money and growth are just the natural outcome of what you're building.
Yes. Yes.
Unless you like starting over a lot.
And some people do. I mean, they like the rush and the thrill of that. But I had kids. I wanted something that had longevity. I wanted to build that recurring income. I wanted something that gave me more flexibility. And that was my outcome. And a lot of the decisions I made over the years were based upon that outcome. And sometimes people didn't understand the moves I made.
Well, I think the challenge, I think people really are looking for security. And when you're making a lot of money, if you don't understand the human dynamics and have a very strong vision of where you're going, if making money just becomes the daily outcome, you always feel that that's not secure, that it could go away tomorrow. And that insecurity, that fear starts to dominate the process. And when fear moves in, creativity and vision leave the building. They just leave the building. When we're afraid, we tend to see things in black or white, this or that, A or B, feel backed into a corner. And the great ideas, the great strategies, the great businesses, the great advancements come from all the shades that lie in between A and B. All the things that haven't been seen before, all the nuances that can make something good great. Make something take something that's a fad and turn it into a trend. And you miss all that when you're afraid.
Absolutely.
Because the thinking becomes so narrow. Security is important, but true security comes from knowing that nobody can take what's between your ears. If you truly treat people well, regardless of whether they choose to embrace or join your vision, your mission, your task, your journey or not, because you never know what's going to happen down the road. If there are people that are not very kind to people, my father used to say, the people you meet going up the escalator are the very same people you will need to vouch for you, speak nicely of you, or help you out when you're going down. And everybody in life that I've ever met that was successful had good days, good years, and bad years. But if they kept their relationship sound, that's the most valuable asset you have.
Yeah.
If you have great relationships, there's always people around that will help you, take your phone calls, support your ideas in any way that they can. If you aren't, then people are waiting to knock you off that pedestal.
Yeah. Big time. Big time. Big time. So what's everybody say?
Allison, perspective is so important. Perspective is everything. And I found out recently that perspective was my superpower.
Yes.
My number one strength, with an assessment that I took. And I never even want to put that down on a list of strengths. The concept, yes, but not that word. But perspective is an important thing to have. If you can look at a situation from a different angle, you will see things you didn't see before. There's a saying, if you want your world to change, you have to change the way that you look at the world. And a change in perspective can be a game changer. Often, almost always is a game changer in everything. Hello, Allison. Kathy, we kept Kathy up. You know, Kathy is such a good friend. I put up that we were going to go live, and she messaged me that she was going to sleep, but she was staying up for this. And here she still is. 57 minutes and 59 minutes, 7 minutes, 59 seconds later. And what has truly been a conversation about nothing that's covered everything.
Exactly, which is the way it always works with Diane and Lisa. So we're glad you decided to join us.
We are super glad you decided to join us. Anybody got anything else they want to chat about? Any closing thoughts, opening thoughts?
Kathy's at Disney World.
Is everybody, I love Disney World.
Me too.
We're going to go. Disney World. We're going adult
Disneyland.
Disney World, sorry.
Yeah.
So everybody stocking up their houses. Did you make a toilet paper run this week? If you didn't say hi.
See, this is why I have to get home to make sure I can get some toilet paper. That's
I
don't know. I heard in Vegas there was no toilet paper at Sam's today.
There's every day. It's every country.
So
but that's because it's the weekend. Tomorrow there won't be any, but on Monday they stock up again.
Okay.
Mondays and Thursdays, if it's Sam's, by the way.
I hope I could get
Mondays and Thursdays is when they bring in all the new stock. I wouldn't know this, but I have a husband and a daughter. One daughter, I have two. My youngest daughter and my husband, they track things like this. Still hanging in there, 7 hour goes on. Oh, that's right. Yes, tomorrow is the beginning of daylight savings time. at 11 a.m. sometime, I'm pretty sure it's Central, but I'm not sure. At 11 a.m. on Monday, in honor of International Women's Day, I'm going to be on with Marina Worre and Denny Robinson.
Oh, nice.
And Margie Alaprande.
Nice. All the divas and the queens.
3 other women, and we're doing like cute bursts for Women's Day, so that'll be cool.
Matthew
I'll
says
put something up on my wall.
Matthew says there's plenty of toilet paper in Canada. Okay.
Another reason to go visit. I always loved both Toronto and Vancouver for so many reasons. Toronto, the French onion soup is amazing. Yorkville, Yonge Street, and Vancouver, I could go on and on and on. But now I can add they're never run out of toilet paper.
Well, Montreal is only 6 hours north. I can just jump in the car, ride up 91, and be in Montreal for toilet paper. Lickety split. Lickety split. Pull out that passport. The border's different now, but I could get there.
No, not when you're American and you have a passport.
Yeah, I got to pull out the passport. It's different.
Oh, you mean they don't just ask you where you're coming from anymore? Last time I went, they were like, "Why are you going?" But I didn't need my passport.
You did.
I did coming back on the plane, but I didn't when I drove across.
Your passport to go to Canada now.
All right, so now it's all everywhere.
Yeah.
Like it's the last time I went in the air, yes, but not on the ground.
Yeah. My sister used to live in Montreal.
Walmart is a hand sanitizer and water.
Water.
How are they going out? Well, everything. I'm going to actually give you an answer, April, because I think that I should demonstrate that I've actually learned something in my 7,500 years in business.
Yes.
Stores forecast, and they order and produce according to their average buying patterns in a particular town. So they know that more people buy wrapping paper at Christmas time. So the order that went in 6 months in advance for wrapping paper is going to be way up and things like that. And nobody forecasted that this was coming.
Right.
And they're ramping up. They've been ramping up for the last 6 weeks, but nobody anticipated it.
And everybody's hoarding like crazy. So,
well, I don't know. I really don't think of toilet paper as hoarding because we've always bought the big, huge things.
Me too.
So
but you don't need
to
7 of them, you know.
Yeah, but it doesn't have a shelf life. So if you've got the storage space, it's less trips to the store.
Let's go back to Kathy's going to Animal Kingdom tomorrow. And I have it on the Avatar ride.
Go on the thing in the water, the big round one that goes around. It's a lot of fun. Through like the caverns.
The thing in the water that goes through the caverns? I don't know what that is.
$600 later. Oh, that's heavy. We were talking about that the other day. Of course, it's your son because that's a man thing.
Mm-hmm.
That is a man thing. You send men to the store to get one thing. They come back with 6 bags of stuff you never wanted and not the thing you sent them for. And usually for me, it's when I'm at the stove with, and you can always substitute, but every now and again, there's an ingredient you can't. It's like, where's the X? I knew I forgot something.
The one thing they went to the store for in the first place.
Every
but the good
single
news is
time.
you're surrounded by wonderful men that will run back to the store. So can't complain.
Wonderful men or men that are scared of me. Which is it?
Wonderful men. You worked very hard on that, didn't you? Oh gosh.
Oh my God. The what?
The what? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what ride you're talking about. Either the ride that goes around in the water.
It's like a round, not boat, kind of like
the raft.
It's like a round raft.
Like Roaring Rapids.
Roaring Rapids. There you go.
I don't know what it's called out there, but that's what's called.
It's an amazing ride. It's a lot of fun. Do you feel it's beneficial? I typically don't, if you're talking about politics or things that are going on in the world, primarily because they don't really have a lot to do with business, and everybody's got an opinion, and that tends to bring out strong emotions in people and create arguments that have nothing to do with business. Good business is when people can come together for the mutual benefit of both to achieve something where everybody gets a result, an exchange of information, ideas, whatever it is, and everybody feels like they won. And I've yet to ever see that happen when people get into political conversations. And what's going on in the world today has got fear combined with very strong opinions on world events. Everybody knows they're right. So nobody's going to convince anybody to change their mind, and it becomes a war of words in which everybody's yelling and nobody's listening. And I don't really know how that would affect, what would the long-term effect would be. Let me give you an example of why I think this is good. One of the all-time best shows of all time was I Love Lucy. I Love Lucy never talked about politics or current events, and it is still a top-rated show that has stood the test of time no matter what the generation. I grew up with All in the Family. It was a phenomenal show at the time. It was considered smart, witty. It had a very dry sense of humor with things in the world. Today, it's very dated. Many people consider much of the content racist. In retrospect, I can see where they might. But if you want something to have longevity, keep the main thing, is my opinion.
And so I would add to that your real content, your videos, your different things, I wouldn't include it because now your content is no longer evergreen and it becomes, like Lisa said, dated and not usable. On the flip side, right now, there's a lot of high tensions, but there are some fun things floating around that are somewhat amusing.
I allude to things.
Yeah. I mean, there's like pictures of people with piles of toilet paper up to their ceiling and some fun little meme things and stuff, and you can have fun with it, but I wouldn't put it in your content.
But that's more a commentary of what's going on because of what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what I guess I'm saying is I believe you should stand for the things you believe in, but let me ask this question. I don't care what your political affiliation is, but whatever it is, or your faith, when somebody sends you like a message or there's marketing that is 100% the opposite of what you believe, and it's done in a very, this is the way, and it makes you think that like that. Does it ever change your mind? I mean, do we ever change it? The only thing that ever changes anybody's mind is new information, if they're open to receive it, and a friend that talks to them that they truly believe has their best interest at heart. But I just don't know that. What's your outcome? I'll go back to that. What's your outcome in your business? And how does bringing it up or bringing it into your business benefit or help you, your business, or help you achieve your outcome? And if it does, then it's something to consider. But on the whole, the drug dealer with baggies hands. Now, okay,
you could do something fun, like you're wearing a trench coat and you open it up,
hand sanitizer,
and instead of watches, it's hand sanitizer.
That's just commentary on the state of crazy right now.
Right. So just fun.
I mean, I'll tell you what's really funny. I actually Googled do-it-yourself hand sanitizer because I'm not in the oil business, but I use a lot of essential oils. And a friend of mine, that's pretty much, like a healthcare professional, told me that ones that are made out of essential oils stay on your hands longer. So they're more effective because a lot of them evaporate so quickly.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I have essential oils. When I like something, or when I have a lot of friends that are in that business and I like them and I like what they sell, I could open up an oil shop in any city in which I have a house. So I figured maybe you can make it, maybe with all these oils I have the right ones to make hand sanitizer. But so far, I've limited my cooking to the kitchen. I haven't started my chemistry yet, but I'm getting close.
That's good.
I'm getting close. Anybody know how to make do-it-yourself hand sanitizer?
Did you see the stuff rotating around with Tito's vodka?
Everybody
was saying
I read that doesn't work or something.
Right. Well, Tito's actually, there was a bunch of videos going around telling you how to make homemade hand sanitizer with Tito's vodka, and Tito's literally went so rampant on social that they put out like official statements saying that it would not be effective. It was not a high enough level of alcohol, and please do not use our vodka to make hand sanitizer.
Okay, I'm going to Google and see what I get. I am a Googler extraordinaire. This is one of my superpowers. I was born for Google. Hand sanitizer with. I really should have been listening more when he was speaking because he knew what he was talking about, but I couldn't. If I thought of it as make a recipe, I would have listened, but I started suddenly thinking it was science, and my mind goes buggy when science comes up.
Yeah, we are liberal arts girls.
Aloe vera gel, right now.
It was all over Instagram and stuff.
I am going to, oh, you know what? I got, oh, homemade lovely. I want to make a lovely home. All right, I'm going to research this and I'm going to see if I can. And Allison, let me say that I would say that about everything in business. Be kind to people, which always benefits your outcome anyway, because you have no control over the outcome. Only you marry the process, you divorce the result, and you give people choices. And I think that's the best way to approach everything in life. People are more inclined to listen when they feel that they have a choice, when they feel that it's about them, not about you.
Here you go.
I'm going to try that.
Check it out.
So the question is, everything you do, if it doesn't get you closer to your goal, or you don't see how it fits in, or it doesn't align with your outcome or move things in the direction of your outcome, probably doesn't belong in your business. Doesn't mean it doesn't belong in your life. There's a time and place for everything.
You know, I would also say, Allison, more than anything, get into the consistency. You know, if you want to get out there and really do the work, create that content, meet those people, all the stuff I've always been teaching you. And don't worry about the controversial stuff. Worry more about being very consistent with creating content that is helpful to the people that you want to attract.
And I think one of the problems with controversy and where people go sideways with it is obviously it creates traffic. If you're driving down the freeway and there's a 3-car pileup, it causes a traffic jam on the other side of the road because everybody wants to stop and look. And it's not that we are happy that that happened. It's just the natural human tendency. And what's happened on the internet is people have figured out that's the natural human tendency. So they tend to sometimes exploit controversy or exploit tragedy or exploit things. And sometimes they create controversy because they know that true or false, it's going to make people click on it. And if people click on it, it goes viral and its rankings go up and more people click on it. And, you know, the social media networks, they're getting a little more responsible than they used to be. But some of the things that would come back, everybody who didn't even believe it was inadvertently driving the traffic to the top.
And guys, you know, if you have like a web page where you're just trying to drive tons of people to it because you have lots of ads and you're hoping they click and stuff, that's effective. But most of you are in a networking type of business or a relationship type of business, and that isn't effective for our type of business.
I'll tell you what I think about politics, just to show you that I'm willing to discuss the subject. I love that I live in the United States of America. If you've traveled around the world as much as I have, you will appreciate that we are not perfect. This is not perfect, but it's better than anything I've seen. And I've been around the world and back again a couple of times. I think one of the most amazing things about our country is that we have free and fair elections. So I respect the office of the president, regardless of who holds it.
Yes.
Over the last decade or so in both parties, I've seen, and even I do it now, and it bothers me that we now speak of whoever's president using only their last name as if they were a buddy down at the bar. And it's whoever holds the office was elected to the office. It's a tradition or an experiment that's gone on 300 years. And I believe that when they're spoken of, they should be spoken of with their title.
Yep.
Because it's respect. And I believe that you get to vote for whom you want to. And if you feel that you made the right decision, you have an opportunity in 4 years later to affirm that decision and vote for them again. I think if you feel that you didn't make the right decision, you have an opportunity every 4 years to exercise that voice and vote for someone else. And other than that, I think everybody should stop screaming at everybody and let the people we elected do their best to do their jobs.
Yep.
That's my opinion on politics.
Yep.
And go and to vote. And if you don't vote, don't complain.
Yeah. I agree. feel very strongly about this. I hate when people disrespect the office of the president.
So that is all I'll ever discuss on social media about my opinions about politics, and pretty much all I discuss if you were sitting in my living room.
Yeah.
But see, that isn't controversial enough to get traffic, which is why I really never say it.
That's why she has the fake food network.
I have my fake food network.
It's very, very controversial.
Fake food network. No,
I hope you don't
right
get a,
now,
you don't get a
I
cease and
only have a
desist.
fake food network show. But Diane raises an interesting point. What do you think? Monday's desserts, Tuesday's appetizers, Wednesday cooking on the boat.
As long as I get to be at the
We could
test
have
kitchen.
multiple shows, and then I would be a whole fake network,
I've
not
lost
just a
almost
fake
50
show.
pounds, and then I'll be like, although I won't, because we eat well, we intermittent fast, we eat well, and we don't overdo it, and we're very on point.
I am an intermittent faster.
And you make great healthy things. So
I do. No, I really do. I think that food is delicious and can be delicious.
Mhm.
And I think that we just spend too much time worrying about the thing. You can have just about everything you want if you do it within reason.
Yep. Up, see, everybody
Oh gosh,
watch.
I'm not seriously going to
Everybody, please go ahead and share this video or do a watch party tomorrow and indicate that Lisa is starting a fake food network show every day.
with everyone starring me. I don't think
starring
so.
me with celebrity guests. I'll be one of them.
Oh yes,
Celebrity.
I'm
guests.
gonna make. You know, we have so many people come to the lake and come to Dallas to my house there, and when we're not in the middle of what's going on in the world right now, come to Hong Kong. And I think that whenever somebody comes, we'll do a cooking show with a guest chef and we'll cook together.
Yeah.
How about if everybody I have that comes over, I make them cook with me and we cook together?
Wow.
I will teach cooking. I will let them be the apprentice cook.
I'm good with a knife. I told you.
You're a great cook. I know this.
Not like you, but I'm good. I'm okay.
You know that you raise an interesting point. If we can't agree on anything, with all the controversy and the polarization, everybody eats. Food is lovely.
Food is, it's not just lovely, it's love.
Especially
when you make it with love, when you care and you have fun with it. It's wonderful. When you're a celebrity, you are a celebrity.
Allison, you are a celebrity. Show up.
Yeah.
Celebrity is a state of mind.
That's right. That is exactly right.
You know, there isn't one person on earth, if they're really honest with themselves, that in their own mind hasn't starred in at least one or two major films.
You sang into a hairbrush.
Oh, Hillary and I last week. She was in a lousy mood. I was in a lousy mood. I wanted to change the space. We put on Ain't No Mountain High Enough, the one that plays in Stepmom. And we out by the pool, we did a whole down and dirty dance marathon with hairbrush microphones. It was a ton of fun. And no, I didn't put that on TikTok either.
See, this is the stuff that people crave in this decade. They don't want 3 tips to how to, stand on your head.
I do.
Your toes. What they want is fun. Everybody wants fun. Fun. It's the 20s, girl. It's the 20s.
But see, that stuff for me is fun when it's spontaneous. It wouldn't be nearly as much fun to me if we said, let's go.
No, but that's why you do it in the moment. Like today when we were Broadwaying, we should have done it.
Oh, well.
You guys have not heard anything until you've heard us do Man of La Mancha. It is
Dulcinea.
Dulcinea. She stops. We were jamming. Let me tell you, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. There you go.
How old are these people? Do they even know what Man of La Mancha is?
Well, if you're a Broadway person, you do. The rest of you know. But it doesn't. Does it really matter? We could do Hamilton.
See, Melissa, you are a celebrity, and that's the thing.
That's it.
Anybody that has children is a celebrity some of the time.
Oh, wait,
but anybody that has a dog or a cat is a celebrity all of the time.
But I do have to tell you guys a story before we go. When YouTube was new and iPods, not iPads, but iPods were new and all this stuff was new, right? So like 2006, whatever. I was doing videos. I was a video pioneer in the space and I did a lot of videos.
Yes.
And my daughter's friend was on YouTube and found my videos and she downloaded them all to her iPod and came to school and showed everybody that Jillian's mom is on YouTube. And Jillian came home and all the kids thought it was super cool. I mean, it's like a 12-year-old with this on her iPod Very cool. Mom's on the thing. Jillian comes home, walks through the door, slams the door, hand on her hip. What are you doing on YouTube? And it took a little while for her to calm down, but apparently I ended up being a cool mom. So, but she was not happy that day when everybody at school was reciting my video. It was not good. Not good. See, TikTok's much cooler. TikTok, you can dance.
And tell her what she does today and who she gets to spend all of her time with while we're jealous.
Oh, my daughter works at Google. And she helps, well, now she's gotten this big promotion, not as much, but she always used to help with the, they have talks at Google. In fact, if you go on YouTube and look for talks at Google, you will find her there. And she gets to help either set up the events or interview very famous people, et cetera, et cetera. In fact, when Julie Andrews was there, she had just come home. She was on leave, but she did get to ask Julie Andrews a question and all kinds of stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Julie Andrews.
Mm-hmm. She got to interview the cast of Hadestown, which is the hottest show on Broadway. She got to meet cast of Hamilton, cast of Lion King, everything, everybody under the sun.
And she gets to go to a lot of shows.
Tom Hanks and Oprah.
She met Oprah and Tom Hanks.
And a whole bunch of other famous people, but yes.
She gets pictures.
She has a picture with Tom Hanks.
I love Tom Hanks.
I think she has a picture with Oprah. She says it's America's favorite dad.
Tom Hanks, the only person that ever won back-to-back Academy Awards, one for comedy, one for drama. Can you name the films? If Lauren was watching, she
Forrest
could name
Gump and the Seattle one. Sleepless in Seattle.
No. Forrest Gump and Philadelphia.
Oh, Philadelphia, yeah. Did you see the Oscars this year with Big Bird? Big Bird comes down the hall. He goes, thanks. It's Big Bird. Thanks. I'm supposed to sit near. Thanks. Thanks. Is there anybody here named Thanks? And he comes down and he goes, T. Hanks. Thanks. It's you, Tom Hanks. It was wonderful. Look it up. Big Bird.
Amazing.
Sesame Street had their 50th anniversary. Can you believe it? 50th anniversary.
50th anniversary.
It wasn't the Oscars.
Street.
It was Kennedy Center Honors. I'm on the wrong show, but it was Kennedy Center Honors. It's very good. Sesame Street.
I love Kennedy Center Honors too. I watch it every year.
Well, that's where it was. Big Bird was on Kennedy Center Honors, looking for thanks. Tom Hanks.
I see.
All right, I think
that
we're
is
done.
So cool.
You taught
Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson how to play craps. Why does everybody get to meet all the famous people and not me?
We need this story another time, Kathy. We need this story.
I definitely want that.
Where was this? When was this? It's very important to know.
Did you get a picture? You know, it's funny.
What?
It's true. I never thought about it.
What?
Selfies have replaced autographs.
They have.
I have a whole, because when I was growing up, I have a whole stack of autographs that I got. You know, when I would go to shows backstage and I would get all, I have so many playbills I had autographed. Mm-hmm. And today you just say, will you take a selfie with me?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the big thing. Big thing.
I was good at getting autographs. You see what happens when you're looking from the wrong generation? All the pictures I should have gotten and didn't.
Yeah, but you couldn't do it then.
No, now.
Oh, now?
Now I don't ask for autographs, but I don't ask for selfies either. And by the way, I think that there are too many selfies, but ussies are great. Go out and take ussies.
Ussies.
Yes, famous people are just people who are famous, man.
I'm sorry, that was just great. They are famous. Just like Lisa, I'm in the bathroom Googling, trying to figure out who the hell she is. Who is she? Because she was not famous on the internet before she met me.
I'm not famous on the internet.
Yes, you are. You got everybody. And by the way, if you have a podcast, she's available. If you have a video, you got everybody and their uncle to put you on their website and on their videos.
I didn't know they were going to do it. I said yes when they asked me to interview or talk or whatever.
Yeah, and now you're.
I just don't have one of my own.
Yes, well, it's
someday, one day soon.
Someday, one day soon. So I think we probably have fun things.
We've been going on a long time.
Yeah, but that's what we do.
That's what we do. And again, talking about nothing. But it's so great to see you all. And, you know, so wonderful to spend this, well, I guess it's just a change of daylight savings time. It really doesn't have a name.
No, it's not like the solstice or something like that. It's just daylight.
It's just the day that,
and they changed
it's
the date
earlier
that
though,
is.
isn't
Yeah,
it?
they changed it.
I always remembered my birthday. I remember it being after my birthday.
It was in the beginning of April. And so it's earlier in the fall now because, later in the fall, because it used to be before Halloween. And then it was like pitch black on Halloween and then they changed it. And now it is earlier in the spring. And everybody fights about it. And every year I get a thing about petitioning to make them stop it.
So are you saying that it's longer now?
No, it's
There's
shorter.
more daylight
It's shorter.
savings times?
We changed the clocks later. We do it in November now instead of October. And we changed the clocks in March instead of April now. So we have less of the
regular time and more daylight savings time.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know which is which.
Well, yeah, because you're saying we're going to go daylight savings time all the way from March to November now.
All I know is that wherever I go, I get off the plane and my phone tells me what time it is. So tomorrow my phone will tell me what time it is. Because right now I'm in Central Time Zone. I'll go back to Eastern.
So it doesn't change at midnight. So when does it really change?
2 a.m.
So at 2 a.m. it becomes 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. It goes 1 a.m., 3 a.m.
1 hour. Yeah. 2 to 3.
So it'll go 1:59, 3?
Yeah.
I want to watch that.
You want to watch it? You want to
So when you do it the other way, does it go to something? Does it go 1:59, 1?
Yeah. Yeah.
Please, I'm the person that
Ray wants a selfie with us. It's an ussie, Ray. Get it straight. You can have an
my
ussie with us.
My husband and my business partner used to crack up because I was fascinated when I would be in Hong Kong and I'd be calling into the past. And like when I call Lauren, I'm calling into the future, which you're not really. It's
she said it was Sunday and you said what you're doing.
But it's man, it goes with the sun, but man did that. But to me, if it's Sunday there and it isn't Sunday there, and I'm talking to tomorrow, I'm calling her in the future. She's in the future.
She is in the future. It's Sunday.
We asked
her what she's doing tomorrow, and she said, I'm going to work because it's Monday. And we were like, no, it's not. And she said, yes, it is.
You're on the same time. As far as I know, I think Europe used to have daylight savings time, or maybe they still do. Everywhere in the United States except for Arizona and a part of Illinois, and Asia doesn't do it at all.
Ray, Lisa will be in Vegas in May or whenever it is. So if I come out.
Yeah, the plan, what do you mean if?
If I come out.
When she comes out.
If I come out.
When she comes out.
If I come to the event. And Kathy can come too.
Kathy will be there. Kathy, you're going to be at the event. But no, you'll come out. Of course you'll come out. We're going to the event. We'll see, but you're going to be in Vegas.
We'll see. See, this is what it is. I haven't hung out with Lisa for a little while because I was off doing some things, and I get the look. It's the look. It's the mother thing, the look. It's the look. I've already been guilted how many times since I got here? About how many things? The look. Late night look.
Can't make somebody feel guilty unless it has merit.
See, there you go. There you go. There you go. All right. Well, you never have to twist my arm to get me to go to Vegas. Sometimes you have to twist my arm to make me sit still for a period of time.
This I appreciate.
Yes. I have a hard time sitting still. But as far as going to Vegas, yeah, it's rough life. I think the event's at the Paris, is it not?
I believe it is.
Yes. Fabulous. Maybe we can get that fantastic suite at Bally's with the weird tub in the middle of the room. Remember that suite? That was great.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's late night. Some of the hotels are still living in the 80s. It's fun when you go in one of those. Baller suites from the 80s. Good time.
You guys are amazing.
We loved hanging out.
If you don't have anything that you want, any questions or anything, I'd say we're pretty, good. Did we have fun? Did y'all have fun? Was this fun? Should we do this again?
We'll do it. We'll do it. All righty. What are you looking at?
In case we won't have anything to wipe with. Legit, Amazon is out of toilet paper. We've finally found some, but won't be here for 45 days.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. Oh, it'll all work out.
I mean, I may need to pack a few rolls of toilet paper from your stockpile out there. She thinks I'm kidding. I seriously, I saw she has paper towels and toilet paper, and I know we bought tissues.
Yes, well, we always have our stuff because the Walmart's not exactly on the corner, so we tend to stock up.
I know I have a 12-pack of toilet paper, and I know I have at least 4 boxes of tissues, and like 3 rolls of paper towels. So let's hope I can get something when I get home. Let's hope I can get something when I get home. Otherwise, it's the Sears catalog. You know how that works. So, all right, I think we should sign off, Miss Lisa.
I think we can sign
Everybody, thank you for hanging out with us and having a fun Saturday night. It was a very good time. And we will see you guys again soon for another conversation about nothing. See, you do it on cue. I did it live with Ray, and I'm like, he doesn't do it on cue. So she knows what to do. Ray, we're going to get you lessons how to talk on cue. All right, everybody, have a great night, and we will see you when we spring forward an hour. All right, we'll see you guys later. Take care.